It's night in Hyasin, a North Korean border town. Yeonmi Park, just 13, sits silently in a cramped truck, the cold biting harder than the fear clutching her heart. Her father has just been arrested, disappeared. Her mother whispers urgently, "We must escape tonight." But across the dark, a chilling question hangs. Can a girl raised to obey ever truly break free? Yeonmi's world isn't just poor or harsh, it's built on total control. This first section reveals the suffocating grip of propaganda, hunger, and fear that trap millions like her. In her childhood home, Yeonmi and her family rattle with hunger, yet public gatherings demand a smiling face. She vividly recalls bone-thin classmates fabricating stories about empty plates, pretending to eat well just to avoid suspicion. The irony, smiling while starving isn't just survival, it's survival under a spotlight where even a furrowed brow risks punishment. North Korea's propaganda system is like a spider's web, every thread tense and sticky. Yeonmi explains how the state controls information flow like a puppeteer yanking strings, designing a reality where citizens believe Kim Jong-il is godlike. This mechanical grip smothers truth, making escape not just physical but mental, a full reboot of one's worldview. Despite this, Yeonmi's story shows the human spirit's flicker. She found secret moments, like whispered words in school bathroom stalls, that sparked curiosity and doubt. These tiny cracks in the regime's armor planted seeds of hope, reminding us how, even in the darkest cages, minds can start to break free. Escaping North Korea is a nightmare no teenager should face. Yeonmi's journey through China's underworld reveals horrors most never hear about, yet the stakes breed brutal resilience. In late 2007, Yeonmi and her mother slip across the frozen Yalu River under cover of darkness, clumsy, terrified, chased by border guards. But freedom's promise quickly unravels. In China, their outsider status means no refuge, just danger. Their first Chinese friend is a trafficker, turning escape into a trap that feels like falling from fire into ice. Yeonmi recounts being sold into sexual slavery, an unimaginable betrayal. She and her mother become commodities in a cruel marketplace, stripped of identity and dignity. This isn't just exploitation, it's erasing the self. Yeonmi compares it to a rusted cage, invisible but every link crushing your will, your voice, your hope. Yet even in this desperate hell, mother and daughter cling to each other. Their shared refusal to soften or surrender fuels a gritty determination. Yeonmi's mother whispers promises of freedom often enough for them to survive and eventually escape. This survival isn't passive, it's active rebellion, a blazing refusal to be erased. Yeonmi's story ends not with silence, but defiant voices. The final section explores her transformation from victim to activist, showing us how trauma can birth extraordinary courage. After relentless hardship, Yeonmi and her mother finally reach Seoul's crowded streets, overwhelmed but alive. Yeonmi describes the sensory shock: bright neon lights, endless food, strangers' smiles. This new life is almost a second birth, but the scars run deep, making freedom feel both impossible and urgent. Instead of hiding her past, Yeonmi chooses to own it publicly, speaking at global forums from the UN to TED Talks. Her storytelling becomes a weapon against denial and ignorance, turning a private nightmare into a rallying cry. She reveals how breaking silence can shatter regimes that depend on shadows. Today, Yeonmi uses her voice as a human rights activist, exposing North Korean atrocities worldwide. Her journey teaches that trauma, while heavy, doesn't have to be paralyzing. In fact, confronting pain head-on is a powerful catalyst for change, and proof that no regime can fully cage the human spirit. Back in that midnight truck, Yeonmi's fear was overwhelming, but it was just the start. Her story reminds us that freedom isn't given, it's fought for in secret moments, whispered hopes, and fierce courage. So here's a thought. Next time you feel trapped, physically or mentally, ask yourself, what tiny crack of truth can I find? That's your first step toward breaking free. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.